Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's jump into Trunk and play something to win that's new. Um, hmm. Looking at our backgrounds, we haven't done like a hunter, a brigand, an enchanter, so kind of like stabbers. Delver, no, we've done necromancer. Delver, forge rites, and then like warper summoner. Even though we've recently played summoning like creatures and warping like creatures, we didn't start as them. So that's kind of an overlap we have to address eventually as well on the playstyle side of things. But let's see. Maybe we can start as like a perhaps like a hunter, and then see where that takes us. What kind of species would we be? Well, kobolds, you have a little bit less view distance, but they do like ranged training. Um, yeah, so that's probably a good one. I know we haven't won with Knoll yet. Knolls, you don't really get to hard commit to any one spell school or play style because they split the training. Um, but yeah, perhaps we can start with a kobold and do hunting as long as it's relevant, but then also accentuate it with like dex based like sword and stealth play style, and then maybe convert it into that brigand or whatever. But we have some range to begin, that kind of thing. Um, so I might start at like pretend I'm gonna be a stabber, but just train range instead, and and then if and when I get a good dagger, I can kind of swap over there, that kind of thing. I'll pick up the longsword as well as like a melee weapon that's also dex based because you have to have options. We'll ideally kill things from ranged though. Um, I could probably pick up that dagger. Let's see, what do we got here? Amulet of Guarding Spirit, not too bad. Ring of Maoshu. Our poison, will, strength, and dex. So this is pretty darn good. It's not like we're going to be using heavy armor, so the strength part is not super relevant. As long as I build up, maybe I'll train some strength as a choice just so I could account for that. But like, that's like an end game ring right there for 473 gold deal. Um, the other stuff isn't as relevant. Maybe like this protection ring, maybe the flight ring eventually. But if I need it for some spatial needs, but I doubt I'll ever spend money on it, so I'll note it. But there you go. Amulet of Regen. I'll finish equipping. So that's a really great necklace. I might prefer Reflect over it. Perhaps Faith if that's a god choice that lines up with what we're doing. Um, but yeah, can't complain. So yeah, our first gold probably should be saved for that ring. It's just great. And it's not that expensive too. Wow. So I will train strength because I'm imagining I'm going to be using that ring all game, and I will need to account for its negative strength. But that's pretty cool. I'm not going to start with the buckler just yet, but it's there for us, and we have an altar. We also had a Rue altar up there too. Okay, bow, Yusuke. There's no like benefit of learning it early because you just immediately lose that piety. And Kiku is not what we're playing today, so unfortunately, no Fated Altar today. So yeah, we're just kind of sniping things out. I hope I get a better ranged weapon sooner than later. Maybe like a hand cannon or just like a really nice like Randart slash blue. I don't know. Magical maybe is the phrase. Magical um, ranged weapon like a sling or something like that. Oh, here's a dagger. Dagger of Draining, not too bad. Um, our stealth isn't like super pumped, so I'm not like desperate to start up the dagger training, but eventually we can take advantage of that if we get that direction going on our character. going to stay here so that the spear guy doesn't let other people from behind attack. And I'm just going to pull back a little here. Yeah, nothing too complex about a hunter build to start. You just kind of shoot things, you know, move around. Kobolds can't use larger weapons, so like the javelins are off the mark here. Ooh, I didn't want to allow him to throw me away here. Come on. Almost dead. Should be fine. I have the regen amulet. You know, it's just a matter of time. Oh, we have one of these like dungeon castle groupings, floor patterns, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes they can be pretty difficult, especially if it like introduces, I was going to say, gnolls in a large manner early game. Sometimes you're just not ready to deal with like large groups of gnolls, especially when they kind of like tag team you with spears and such. I'm just gonna run back. I do have a regen amulet, but I still need to take this seriously. Pull back again. Pull back. Oh, that was a little tight. Okay. Don't want to get too many guys with me here. There's a boomerang there. I'll pick up the boomerangs on the way back. Just going to take the one guy up. Let's try to drain him out. Chainmail. I'll pick it up. I don't think I'm gonna immediately throw on like heavy armor. I don't have good strength. Actually, I don't know. I guess I get 11 now. Although I'll be quickly losing it with the ring, but all in time. Okay, pull back. You never want to be caught around with guys behind. Let's get the one up with him. That's enough there. Let's keep pulling back here. Probably stick here. Pull back. There's probably 2 or 3 in there, I think, from the visual I got earlier from the glass. So let's take out what we can here. Do it again. It's actually not too bad, so I'll just stay here. Bunch of orcs. Spell books. Potions. A bunch of arrow slinging here. Okay, did we miss anything? The boomerangs. So we'll pick up the boomerangs. Do we have ring mail maybe? I don't know. What's our gold at? A little slow. So we'll hold off. We do want that that nice ring as soon as we can. All right, D4. That was a pretty extensive D3 with the castle environment. So I don't know. I don't do like min-maxing of experience, but I bet you we're ahead on experience a little bit here today. I want to probably dart him to start. Okay, now I'm going to throwing net and throw and then stab. There was just too much risk there. It looks like I didn't get to save my net, but it was worth not dying because that could have been a very easy early game death. We got a nice dex ring, even better. It's gonna make our shots even more potent. We didn't have to like do a net for that guy. We're really hoping to get some nice ooh. I was gonna say a nice ranged weapon. Geez, sorry, I got distracted by that chainmail. The interesting thing of that chainmail is it's like, oof, that's gonna really clog like your we're gonna have pretty bad strength, so that we can't use that. But actually, it gives 5 strength, Aralek and Rampage, the Rampage whatever. But I think that just covers itself, even with the ring. So I think I can just put this on. Just to double check, like I have a 1 attack speed at 14 damage. Do I have an ability to tell how armor will affect ranged attacks? Because I know it can affect castable tests. Like it can tell you all that stuff. I think I just put this on. The encumbrance is 14. I mean, it's incredibly defensive. You feel a buildup of mutagenic energy. Is that the contamination thing? It's just warning me I now have contamination on removal. Yeah, probably something like that. At this point, I'm a pretty like beefy ranger. I don't know how much stealthing I'm going to do at this point. By the way, 12 damage at 0.4 speed versus 14 damage at 0.4 speed with offhand available. We might be best served by dropping stealth and pump and shield up to like 4. I know we're -2, but like just to get that like buckler going. And then like I could just do something like this. And then I can just be like sling, shield, hand cannon, shield, you know? Of course, we want a better weapon than that, but just thinking about the future, like hand cannon can use shield as well. And that's usually the like, unless you get like the sniper Randart, or non-Randart, that is, you often cap out at like a really solid hand cannon or something. I'm just going to bring this guy up here. Stay in position to avoid them getting more attacks on me. Just 1 at a time is enough for me. Okay. I don't love the idea of the red just being able to swing on me. So let me just kill it by itself, so I don't double aggro. Bunch of small little spells in their scrolls, or whatever it's called. Okay, I'm going to go for strength just to really solidify my encumbrance checks. So it looks like today we're going to have the classic fire orbs, the oofs, and we can now pick our god, or at least likely we'll pick our god at this point. So what do we got? Rue, I mean, you sacrifice a lot, and to be honest, we're using a lot. We're like using weapons or shields or, you know, this kind of thing. Like you can like lose 1 arm, or, you know, lose 1 eye, or lose 1 finger, like hand, and then it's like, oh, I can't use all my rings or stuff. It feels real bad just to gain like close up magic, or close up like defenses. It's like we're ranged, you know. Dith could be interesting from like the shadow copy and the stealth even more so. Um, and I don't believe we have a Dith win on the channel. I did do a Dith win for the channel, but realized after the fact that I didn't record the screen. I only recorded my face. So it's like, oh, this character was a successful win, and nothing came of it. So anyways, a Dith could be a good option for the channel's purposes, though I've already won with Dith. Akawaru's always a fun, like, ranged one. Hep, although we don't have it here, it can be a ranged guy option. Gozeg's always a solid option. Yuskia could be a good solid ranged option, though I would want a Faith Amulet probably for that, and I don't have one yet. So that's kind of dampening my mood on that. So far from these options, I'm leaning Dith just to try out a ranged Dith as opposed to like a stealther Dith. Although I did say I could eventually maybe go stealth, just to help out, but I mean, ranged Dith seems good too. So let's just go with Dith, which is over here. Cool. I will have to train a little bit of invocation. We're a pretty positive invocation creature, so that's okay. Or species, that is. Staff of Earth, don't really need that. Let's see here. I wonder if there's a way to know my inflection point. I have the good encumbrance. I could probably just, if we take a look here, short bow 414 or 0.414 versus 0.412. It's basically just a little bit less damage, but you use the shield, and right now things are getting to me like close enough. So I think it's a good enough trade-off. I mean, you want the damage wherever you can get it, but you know. Cool. Okay. I'm usually pretty scared of Edmund. I might eventually trade it back and take him out with a net. I do have a regen amulet, so I'm kind of recovering his hits. So it should be fine. But if it needs to, I can throw down some alternative actions. I'll just throw in my sling his way. But this is what I'm talking about like defenses. It's like there's no such thing as like a perfect ranger. Like you can't run away from things as much as you would want. So you have to actually be able to take some hits. And so this kind of defensive ranger is in my opinion a pretty stable build. Just to double check, range, yeah. See, one of the downsides of being a ranger or hunter start and you want to commit hard to ranged weaponry is you often can encounter dungeon generations where you don't get good early game ranged options. Like, I'm already at D5. I haven't seen like an orc bow of anything, you know. I haven't seen like an enchanted sling. I haven't seen much of anything. Anyway, I'm gonna go down. I'll take care of this guy. I'll just kind of unburn myself, and then I'm gonna use C because it's likely either teleport or ID. If it's not ID, then probably L is ID, but let's just go for it. And it is. And I'm gonna specifically target small scrolls because I want to pop an acquirement as soon as possible to get a good ranged weapon. And so I'm going to just target the small scrolls, the ones where there's only one of. And if I'm lucky, I might have an early game acquirement. And worst case, I know some of these other more interesting items. And so at this point, unless H yeah. So statistically, I do not have an acquirement yet. These L and Q are probably like fog and teleport, you know. But now I have like enchant weapon, brand weapon, enchant armor. I don't think I want to enchant my shield or anything, so that's that for now. And we're about 100 gold away from that really great ring. So let's get that gold and then go back. I'm going to back up here. This creature can only be attacked in close range, so it's a little awkward. And while you have a ghost jumping you around here, I'd rather just have the ghost, you know. Here's a Che altar. All good. Think I can just kill this guy with my defenses. Here's a Doom creature. So far, no hits. Good stuff. Morning Star Freeze, not too bad. Not for me today, though. Okay, I'm gonna run. I can do one at a time, but more than that, it's like, okay. You know. Let's just kill this here, and then if the other one appears around the corner, I'll adjust. +3 sword. I could probably start cleaning up my inventory, by the way. You know, done with all that. See, this regen is so good. We'll identify and let's try to find our good, like our healing potions, so or curing as well. So like I guess we'll go for like F, P, and T in order. So it's our best chance, you know, right now. So see, we're at the point where we're like 2 hitting gnolls, so we're getting a little bit more powerful. Like our sling's probably not really changed, but it is what it is. Also, we are weakened, so I think maybe that doesn't help either. So anyway, what spells? We're very unlikely to be casting, especially with this great chainmail. But it's interesting to see. Okay, let's keep going with this IDing. Let's go T. Attraction. Okay, no worries. The second we get a one of a scroll, we'll swap to ID that as our priority. But until then, we'll just hit out these larger potions, trying to get like a curing or a healing potion on lock. Cool. Keep going. Ooh, Maggie. I do not want Maggie involved with me, so let's just lock it out there. Maggie's one of the more scarier boss creatures early game, or at all, because of the mesmerize plus the big hitting. What was that? Curare. So you gotta be very careful of Maggie. Ooh, a red. I'm gonna go for the red first. I don't want to like run away and let them swing at me for like this many tiles, so I just went for it. Let's pull up here. Once again, looking for some good ranged weaponry. Nothing so far. We've got a Sproz. I'm gonna run this out. He's a summoning type, or technically he's forge crafting, but whenever you have a boss mob that does any sort of summoning like activities, you want to kill them on stairs, so that if something goes wrong in the equation, you can go up the stairs and reset. While they can follow you, they can remain in whatever health you've taken them to, but they don't have their buddies that they've summoned. Oof. Steam dragons can be very scary sometimes. See, he's summoning his bee. Now I see what they've done here. They've given him a spear to avoid us being able to fully control the stair dancing part of it. which is clever. But we'll just kind of use the stair still. It's the same concept. Just attack him from ranged. Okay, so he's got a wand or some sort. Anyway, I could just kill his bee. It's whatever. And then he's almost dead. Well, I'll pull it. When my health is low like that, whatever. But you see, if you can go quick about it, and you can just go especially quick with a regen amulet, he won't lose too much or gain his health back too far. All good. Crazy UF. Wonder if he has a cloak for me today. Quarterstaff of Chaos won the flame. I don't think it's... Yeah, I don't think it's worth going for here today. And I'm not like oh, well, hello. I did not mean to go forward. My rampage took over me. It's not ideal. I'm just going to run this out and use the stair. And maybe I'll kill him. Maybe I won't. I could also drop him down that hole there. Let me see what I can do here from ranged. Okay, well, whatever. He just has a regular cloak. Alright, that's enough. Cool. Our shields has hit 4. I want to double check that. Make sure I'm like not getting any... your EV will increase, your shields would decrease. And so like I could probably get that to like 5 and then it will stop decreasing EV, probably, give or take. But then that's done, and then I can probably train armor up a bit as well. Although that's not a great rate. Maybe I'll just do this instead. And yeah, just keep pumping that ranged weapons up. Damage is slightly increasing. My current attack delay is not ideal, although that's fine. But we're at 13. We got like 3 minutes left on this typical episode length. Depending on the floor, I could probably get this done. This D8 done. So let's get it as much as we can. If not all of it. And I wonder what my gold's at right now. I'm just gonna... check here. We're getting close. I'm just gonna pull him up. What does he have? Karare, maybe? Yep, Karare. Ooh, an orc bow. Now, we are doing this whole shield game now. But 21 at 4. Why is my sling so slow? Oh, interesting. So the chainmail does slow my attacks with this weapon. Interesting. I thought my strength would counteract that. Your current strength and armor skill. Oh, I need to increase my armor. I didn't realize that. That's new to me. I don't typically play a like beefy ranger. I'll usually do the like a hep with a guy in front of me version of ranging. So I suppose no matter what, it'll be slowed. So I'd rather just pump this armor up as quickly as possible and cover out there. Yeah. All right. Well, that's a new learned moment for me. So I'll carry that knowledge to the future. Because I was wondering, it's like, shouldn't I be like 0.4? What's going on here? Ooh, I'm going to run this out. The regen will cover out the random smites that I'll receive. And it looks like we got an extra friend along the way. That's fine. We'll just tunnel it out. To be honest, I think I should just like train armor to 5, like even above using ranged weapons, because that will directly impact my attack speed. So let's just like turn everything off. Maybe I'll do some like light range because it's a +3 and it's, you know, it is the weapon, so it's still contributing to that. Let's pull back here. Okay, I'm gonna go down a different down. I don't want to mess with an invis guy while I'm a ranged creature. I'm just gonna pull up here. Oof. Okay, I need to get out of here. Steam dragons are so deadly. It's crazy. Come on, what's going on here? What is it saying? Oh, that's where our excluded what's her name? Maggie is. Let's pull back here. Let's stay here. Okay. Ooh. So I bet you our lair is on this floor. Or no, it's D8. So we're just getting some early yaks. I think, yeah. Because I think lair is like 10, right? Oh, I guess lair could be 8. I guess on average you're going to see it at like 10 or 11, but it could be 8. So this could be our early lair entrance. Let's pull back. One bear is enough at a time. Yep, here's the lair. Gonna avoid going up if I can. Like there is a steam dragon up there, just kind of casually, perhaps waiting to attack. So what's here? Orb of Attunement. That's the one that helps staffs. If we were a gnoll, maybe that would be cool. This is one of the new creatures that's earth-based that goes through the wall if you want it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, see, there you go. It's kind of cool. We've unlocked level 2 of Dith. So that'll let us, yep, summon our guy. Here's an invis orc. That's fine. Here's a doom creature. Cool. I was curious. My shadow shoots a sling bullet. So that, like I suspected, the we do get to see our dude shoot with us. Before we end the episode, I'm just going to use up these identify scrolls. Note we have a 1 set for this scroll, so let's go for it. It's a fog, and I think 2 is unlikely to be an acquirement, and so I think I'm going to go for the potions still, so that I can maybe get a curing or a ling or something. There you go. Okay, but we've gone well over my goal episode level, but so far so good for this Kobold Hunter of Dith. Where are we at? We're just creeping our way to this really nice ring. We are being a little downtrodden by our armor. It's actually dropping. It used to be by 0.4 slowness of missile weapons. We're already down to 0.3. We're pumping up this armor as quickly as we can to like counteract that element. I'll even increase it to 8 because we do want to try this kind of like beefy hunter build rather than like a stealthy I'm getting away from you hunter, or sometimes the way I usually play hunter, I'll play it either like glass cannon hunter, where it's like you use Ashen Zari to pump up your range training to like insane levels, and you just get like a crossbow and you just like one shot things or run away, or you do like a Hep build where you have the warrior Hep guy always in front of you, and you just go boom boom run away, boom boom reset, boom boom, that kind of hunter. So today we're doing the it's me, you can attack me but you can't damage me, I'm shooting you kind of hunter. Anyway, so far so good. Hopefully we have some fun with this character in the future. So thanks for watching. See you next time.